Have you ever wondered how cucumbers are grown in a greenhouse? Welcome to a journey into the delightful world of modern agriculture technology, where we'll uncover the secrets of cultivating cucumbers under the sheltering arms of a greenhouse. Greenhouse farming is a remarkable revolution in agriculture, bringing a multitude of benefits. It provides a controlled environment, shielding plants from harsh weather conditions and pests, thereby granting us the power to grow almost anything at any time of the year. Now, why cucumbers, you might ask? Well, cucumbers are a versatile and hardy vegetable, perfect for greenhouse cultivation. They're not only a favorite in salads and pickles, but they're also packed with nutrients, offering a refreshing crunch to our diet. Whether you're an experienced gardener or a novice, this greenhouse journey promises to be enlightening. So, buckle up and prepare to dive into the world of cucumbers. By the end of this video, you'll have a comprehensive understanding of the process of growing cucumbers in a greenhouse. The first step is to prepare your greenhouse. Now, this is where things get interesting. The greenhouse is more than just a structure. It's a carefully controlled environment that caters to the specific needs of your cucumbers, and getting it right is essential. Let's begin with temperature. Cucumbers are a warm weather crop. They enjoy a daytime temperature of around 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit and a nighttime temperature of around 60 to 70 degrees. So it's important to be able to regulate the temperature in your greenhouse to create these ideal conditions. Next up, lighting. Cucumbers love sunlight, but too much direct sunlight can be harmful. Ideally, your greenhouse should allow for about 8 to 10 hours of sunlight each day. Use shade cloth if necessary to prevent overheating and sun scorch on particularly hot days. Humidity is another important factor. Cucumbers thrive in a humid environment, but too much humidity can lead to problems like fungal infections. Aim for a relative humidity of around 80 to 90% during the day, dropping to 60 to 70% at night. This can be achieved through methods such as misting or using a humidifier. And don't forget about ventilation. Proper air circulation is crucial to prevent diseases and ensure that all plants get enough carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. Make sure your greenhouse has vents or fans to facilitate air movement. Finally, the soil. Cucumbers prefer a well-draining soil with a pH between 6 and 7. You can enrich your soil with organic matter like compost or well-rotted manure to provide the nutrients cucumbers need to grow. Let's not forget about water. Cucumbers are thirsty plants and require consistent watering. However, avoid overwatering as this can lead to root rot. A drip irrigation system can be a great way to provide a steady supply of water directly to the roots. In essence, your greenhouse is like a mini ecosystem, specifically tailored to the needs of your cucumber plants. It might take a bit of trial and error to get everything just right, but it's worth the effort. Remember, maintaining the right conditions in your greenhouse is crucial for a successful cucumber harvest. Next, it's time to choose the right variety of cucumber for your greenhouse. Cucumbers come in an array of types, each with unique characteristics suitable for different greenhouse environments. Let's start with the English cucumber, a popular choice. It's long, slender, and perfect for a salad. The Persian cucumber, on the other hand, is compact, crisp, and has a mild flavor which makes it ideal for pickling. For something a bit different, consider the lemon cucumber. True to its name, it's round and yellow, and it has a sweet, subtle flavor that's great in any dish. We also have the Armenian cucumber, which boasts a unique ribbed exterior and a refreshing taste. And let's not forget the Japanese cucumber, known for its thin skin and virtually seedless interior. But remember, the best variety is one that matches your greenhouse conditions and personal preference. Choosing the right variety is a critical step towards a fruitful harvest. Now that you've selected your cucumber variety, it's time to plant your seeds. The process of sowing cucumber seeds in a greenhouse can be a rewarding experience, and with the right guidance, you can set the stage for a bountiful harvest. So let's get started on this green thumb journey. Before you plant, ensure that your greenhouse is ready. The temperature should be maintained between 75 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit, providing an ideal environment for the seeds to germinate. Next, let's talk about the soil. Cucumbers prefer well-draining, loose soil rich in organic matter. A pH level between 6 and 7 is ideal. Now you're ready to sow your seeds. Here's a tip to remember. The depth at which you plant your seeds is crucial. Plant your cucumber seeds about ½ an inch deep. This depth allows the seeds to have adequate coverage without being buried too far down. Now let's move on to spacing. Proper spacing is essential to avoid overcrowding and to ensure your plants have enough room to grow. For cucumbers, plant your seeds about 2 feet apart. This spacing allows each plant to have ample space to spread out and flourish. Once you've planted your seeds, water them gently. Overwatering can lead to seed rot, so a light misting is all that's needed. Keep the soil moist but not waterlogged. After planting, it's a waiting game. With the right conditions, your cucumber seeds should germinate within 3 to 10 days. During this time, it's important to monitor your greenhouse temperature and soil moisture levels. Remember, patience is key. Nature works in its own time, and before you know it, you'll see the first green shoots pushing through the soil, a sure sign of success. With careful planting, you're setting the stage for a healthy crop. So, roll up your sleeves, get your hands a little dirty, and embrace the joy of planting. Your future cucumbers will thank you. Your seeds are in the ground, but the work doesn't stop here. Now that you've successfully planted your cucumber seeds, you've embarked on a journey of nurturing and caring that will ultimately lead to a fruitful harvest. The task ahead is far from arduous if you know what needs to be done. Let's delve into the details. Watering is the first essential element of care. Cucumbers are thirsty plants. They need a steady supply of water to grow and produce well. But how much water is enough? Well, it's not about the quantity, but the consistency that matters. Ensure that your cucumbers get at least 1 inch of water per week, but remember not to drown them. Overwatering can lead to root rot, a common bane for many garden plants. Now, on to feeding your cucumbers. They are heavy feeders and require a rich soil full of organic matter. A balanced vegetable fertilizer is a great choice to support their growth. Apply it every 2 weeks, starting when the plants are about 4 inches tall. And remember, it's better to underfeed than overfeed. Too much fertilizer can cause lush growth at the expense of fruit production. The next crucial aspect of care is pest control. Cucumbers can be vulnerable to a variety of pests, including aphids, cucumber beetles, and squash bugs. Organic methods of pest control include introducing beneficial insects like ladybugs and lacewings, who love to feast on these pests. You can also use insecticidal soaps or neem oil as a preventive measure. But pests aren't the only potential threats to your cucumbers. Diseases like powdery mildew and bacterial wilt can also wreak havoc. To prevent these, make sure your plants have good air circulation and avoid watering the foliage, as this can create a humid environment that these diseases thrive in. Pruning is another important aspect of care. Pruning helps in directing the plant's energy towards fruit production. Remove any yellow or dead leaves and also prune off the suckers, which are the small shoots that sprout from the main stem. Last but not least, let's talk about support. Cucumbers love to climb. Trellising your cucumbers can help them grow upwards, which not only saves space but also improves air circulation, reducing the risk of diseases. Plus, it makes for easier harvesting. In the end, remember that every plant is unique. The care that worked wonders for your neighbor's cucumbers might not work for yours. So, observe your plants, understand their needs, and adjust your care accordingly. Your cucumber plants are now your babies. They rely on you for their needs, and in return they'll reward you with a bounty of delicious cucumbers. It's a give and take of love, care, and patience, and the result is always worth it. Consistent and proper care is the key to a successful cucumber harvest. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for, it's time to harvest your cucumbers. This is the stage where all your hard work pays off, as you get to collect the fruits of your labor, quite literally. First, let's determine when your cucumbers are ready to be harvested. Typically, the harvesting period falls between 50 and 70 days after planting, depending on the variety. But don't rely solely on the calendar. The best indicator of a ripe cucumber is its size and color. Most varieties are at their peak when they're between 6 and 8 inches long and have a vibrant, deep green color. If your cucumber is yellow or even white, it's likely overripe. Now, on to the how. To harvest your cucumbers, you'll need a pair of clean, sharp pruning shears. You don't want to just pull the cucumber from the vine, as this could damage both the fruit and the plant. Instead, cut the cucumber's stem about 1/4 of an inch above the fruit. Once you've cut your cucumber, handle it with care. Despite their hardy appearance, cucumbers are actually quite delicate and can bruise easily. Be gentle to preserve the quality of your harvest. If you're wondering how often you should harvest, the answer is simple: as often as possible. Regular harvesting encourages the plants to produce more cucumbers, so don't be shy. Get out there and harvest every day if you can. And remember, the earlier in the day you can harvest, the better. Cucumbers are mostly water, and they lose hydration throughout the day. Picking them in the morning ensures they're as crisp and refreshing as possible. Once harvested, store your cucumbers in the refrigerator right away. They'll stay fresh for about a week. If you have more cucumbers than you can eat in that time, consider sharing with friends or neighbors, or even pickling them for long-term storage. Proper harvesting techniques ensure that your cucumbers are at their best when they reach your table. So that's the full process of growing cucumbers in a greenhouse from start to finish. We've journeyed through the key stages of this process, each one integral to producing a bumper crop of crunchy, refreshing cucumbers. Let's take a moment to recap the highlights. We started with the basics, understanding the requirements of a greenhouse to create an optimal environment for our cucumbers. Remember, a well-ventilated space with controlled temperatures is the foundation for successful cultivation. We also learned about the importance of selecting the right variety of cucumbers to match our specific needs and conditions. Then, we moved on to planting. We learned that planting seeds at the right depth, spacing, and time is crucial for a healthy harvest. We discovered how to prepare the soil, using a balanced mix of compost and organic matter to create a nutrient-rich environment for our cucumber seeds to thrive. Next, we talked about the care and maintenance of our growing plants. We learned how to water effectively, to keep the soil moist but not waterlogged. We also discussed the importance of regular feeding with organic fertilizers, to provide our plants with all the nutrients they need. And let's not forget about pest control. We learned how to identify common pests and diseases, and how to deal with them in an eco-friendly way. Finally, we arrived at the harvest. We found out that picking cucumbers at the right size and time ensures the best flavor and texture. And remember, regular harvesting encourages more fruiting, leading to a more abundant yield. So there you have it, every step of the process, carefully explained and demystified. Each stage, from getting started, selecting the variety, planting seeds, caring for your cucumbers, to harvesting your bounty, is essential in ensuring a successful cucumber cultivation journey. With these tips and techniques, you're well equipped to start your own greenhouse cucumber cultivation. Happy farming!